G'day! Look at that sky. It's the middle of winter and it has been freezing this morning. But finally, it's warming up. Now, I wanted to show you what I was doing down here. What I'm setting out for is an olive grove. Okay, so I've got, you can see my stakes going down through that way, down to the fence, and then, of course, up that way. So I'm 100 metres down this way, 10 metres between the rows, and across this way I'm 70 odd metres. So I'm planting 15 trees to a row, approximately 5 metres apart, and then 10 metres between rows. And the water comes down that way, just a slight gradient down to the creek across the road. So I kind of figure I can keep the trees a little bit closer together in the rows, but to keep the rows further apart, and we'll see how we go. So for a start, so what have I got? 10. I've got 10 rows set out, 15 trees per row. I'll probably plant just under 150 sort of trees to begin with. I might get 8 rows planted depending on how many trees I get hold of. Have a few up my sleeve in case there's mortality. There's a mortality rate. So I've got a fair bit of digging ahead of me. I've dug about maybe 40 holes already, and yes, 150 holes, so 110 to go. But that's okay. It's the best time of year for digging. The ground is just super soft. In this part of our land, we've actually got a really nice layer of topsoil, and then it goes down to, I'm not sure if you can see that orange clay, very hard, that orange clay. We're gold country here, so I've been watching out for nuggets. Probably varies, about 300 mil, and then you hit that base. And I've noticed as I've been digging, there's a fair bit of water sitting on that orange hard base. So with my crowbar, I've been trying to sort of dig a couple of 100 mil into the orange clay to give the trees a chance. So this is my first row here. So I've got that one dug. And these are the trees that we planted last season. Wow, it might even be 12 months ago. I'll have to sort of look, but they've established really well. I lost one. I think there's 30, 35 trees. I just forget, something like that, between 30, 35. And I lost one. Well, I've lost one so far. So that's not too bad. They seem to have really settled in and, yeah, probably doubled in size. So that's ace. Yeah, it's certainly farming is physical work. There's no need to go to the gym when you're a weekend rancher. There's always plenty of exercise. Any project you take on, there's a million things to do, and it's always hard physical work. Perhaps particularly with us, because we don't have the machinery or anything like that. I'm just using what we've got, which is all part of the fun, I think anyway. I had a lovely little post hole digger, and that died after about the second hole, 12 months ago. So I proceeded to dig the holes by hand and kind of figured that it wasn't that much more work. Once I save up and get a tractor, I'll get a post hole digger on the back. But having said that, you can't plant a tree in a round hole anyway. It will get root bound. So you have to actually physically bell the hole out at the bottom, square it up so that the roots have a chance to find a corner and push through. Otherwise they just go round and round and round. So that's the plan at the minute. My Imex measuring wheel is going really well, and that's been ace for this sort of thing. You can see here, this is the other end, so I'm 100 metres straight up there, that line of stakes. So 10 metres between rows, 70 odd metres each row, 15 trees. So this is my corner hole there. So I'm just offsetting the pegs a metre. So offsetting a metre just to keep the pegs out of the road. So when we come to planting, basically it's a grid pattern. When we come to planting, we can put a string lines through, multiple string lines I suppose, and then get them all planted in a nice symmetrical kind of a line. I love those orchards and groves that are just, whichever way you go, it's just perfectly symmetrical. I'm not quite sure how we'll go, but that's my aim. And this is the first olive grove I've ever set out. What I do want to give a big shout out for is this one. This is another Imex product. 100 metre, 13mm fiberglass tape measure. Now, this has been invaluable too. Good little unit. I was amazed how quick it is to wind up. I thought, 100 metres, you're going to be standing there winding up all day long. Nah, she winds up really quick. Great point on the end, so you can lock the handle into place when you've got it rolled out and spike it in the ground, and it holds tight. That's a great feature. Nice soft grip handle. Look, the only thing that I would be concerned about is the wind-up handle. It just feels just a bit hard for me. And time will tell. Time will tell. It's got a soft rubber around that handle, but the actual arm on the winder it's very hard plastic. I don't know how that will go in the Aussie sun. Obviously the same sort of plastic as the body. Time will tell. We'll give it a go. So far so good. Imperial, and of course, probably no need to pull it out, but Imperial and metric. So maybe that's handy. Not so much for me, but I suppose that makes it a worldwide unit, doesn't it? Although there's not too many countries now that use Imperial. God bless America. Okay, guys. Oh man, I've dumped my jumper and I am just soaking up that vitamin B at the moment. We might even be in double digits on the thermometer. The sun is gorgeous. Take care. Hooroo!